Welcome back to the ITB Berlin Now digital version 2021. It's lovely to have you back in the live stream. And I just love to read your posts that I can find with the hashtag ITB Berlin Now. So thanks for this digital firework and all the social media challenges. Make sure to tag along ITB Berlin. And of course, just as a note as well, all the videos and everything that you just listened to will be available until the end of May as video on demand. I think that's great news because then you don't have to fear to miss out anything. We are coming now into our next session, content marketing for sustainable tourism recovery. How can you be successful in it? And with us is the founder and chief strategist at GLP Films, Rob Holmes. The stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. Excited to be back again with ITB Berlin, and especially this year for ITB Berlin Now. So excited to jump into this presentation. Today, we're going to be talking about content marketing for sustainable tourism recovery. So GLP has been around 13 years. We're one of the leading content marketing agencies, and we're focused 100% on sustainable tourism. And I wanted to share today just our mission. We help brands reach their sustainability goals in protecting nature, communities, culture, and heritage through the lens of quality storytelling and content marketing. Today's agenda is going to be 3 topics: content marketing, storytelling, and most importantly, marketing for sustainable recovery. So what is content marketing? And I will say this, the key word in content marketing is content. So the purpose of content marketing is to build a relationship and connect with targeted audiences. It's very different than typical forms of content that we see in, like, say, advertising. Advertising content is almost forced in front of you, and really it's more disruptive and less engaging. But content marketing is content that provides information, it inspires, it brings emotion. And in the travel industry, it communicates the value of a travel experience. Advertising can't do that. Most importantly, as we come through COVID-19 and where we are today, content marketing builds trust. And that's so important for all of our recoveries. So examples of content marketing are articles, videos, blogs, webinars, podcasts. They're all around us. And here listed are just some great examples of just unique examples of content marketing. The Faroe Islands did an amazing virtual video experience last year. I highly recommend you go check it out. Intrepid has really inspiring blog content on their website. Email newsletters that go into behind the scenes content that you really would not discover anywhere else. And then magazines providing inspiring and engaging stories. These are all examples of content marketing. So I'll read you this quote. With over 100,000 digital words consumed every day, 92% of consumers want brands to tell stories with their words. What does that mean? It really means don't sell me, inspire me, tell me a story so I can engage with it. So why storytelling? Well, we all know nowadays, social media, digital content is just so overwhelmed with content. We see it and experience it every day. It's kind of exhausting sometimes. But I will say the kind of content that does stand out are stories. Stories, as we all know, just when we were children, I used to ask my grandmother, tell me a story, Grandma, tell me a story. That was engaging. That took me back to another place. That really was engaging. It was compelling. These are the kind of stories when we look out into the content that really engage and inspire people. And in the travel industry, again, when you see compelling content, your first reaction might be, you know what? I want to go there. So, okay, you want to make some stories? What kind of stories do you want to tell, or should you tell? The first thing, and that we specialize at GLP, is authentic stories. Don't sell, don't be commercial, just engage. And as we say, story first. That should be the main goal and objective with the content you're producing. Secondly, characters. Are you going to have one person, a series of people to tell your story? There's no hard, fast rule. So enjoy it and do things differently at different times. But those characters are what engage with people. Make it relatable. Most travelers, when they travel, they want to go to an experience or a destination that they can relate to. It's comforting. It's not too scary or intimidating. So make that content relatable. And lastly, talk about the experiences. Travel nowadays is all about experiences. What's unique to your destination, your brand? Share those stories. So one example of sort of a story first campaign was our Tourism Strong campaign that we launched during COVID. I'll never forget our team just seeing March 2020 and where we're at. And honestly, our first reaction is, well, how can we help? And then we reached out to all the film partners we've worked with over the years, over 50 countries. And we just gathered stories. They're inspiring, they're engaging. Again, they were story first. And they were just stories of how they struggled, resiliency, adaptation, pivoting, all these new terms and words that we've been surrounded with. But they were just great stories. So I encourage you to go check out our Tourism Strong campaign. So here's a quick video and trailer on the Tourism Strong campaign.
Hi, I'm Nikki Fitzgerald.
Okay, my name is Pierre Chiang.
I'm Dalmiro Portillo.
I am Victoria from Brazil.
My name's Alistair Matthew, and we jokingly call me the Chief Facial Hair Officer.
Take us back to March 2020 when the pandemic hit. What was it like? How did it impact you and your immediate family?
I mean, the world changed in 3 days. So people really didn't understand or learn how to cope with this new situation of staying indoors.
When the pandemic started, it's a first descent because nobody's ever navigated it before.
ปกติเราต้องประชุมกัน
นี่ต้องเว้นระยะห่างกันเนี่ยใกล้กันไม่ได้
ตลอดแต่บอกว่าพอโควิดเข้ามาเราต้องนั่งห่างกันแล้วก็ยิ้มให้กันเห็นยิ้มก็ไม่เห็นค่ะเพราะว่าทุกคนต้องใส่หน้ากาก
I think the easiest thing would have been for us to close. That would have been the easiest thing. But I was thinking about my people.
We are a service industry, so we have to be where people want us to be. I think the ones who will survive are the ones who can adjust,
One of the wonderful aspects of the tourism industry is people love the industry, they love the people in it, and we're not going anywhere, and we're excited about the future no matter what shape or form it takes.
We need just to start dancing.
Sometimes I wonder if this is all happening for a reason, maybe the world just needed a break.
We are all going to be different after this virus in our heart.
It was a spirit of common goal, and it was a spirit of helping our citizens to contain the virus.
I told my kids, I said, if we can get over this funk, we're badass. I could say we're badass. I really can.
The important things, because we have so much superficial stuff. We don't need it, no? Today we're aware of what we really need.
So some of the quick takeaways here for this campaign, I think we all know it. We're all part of an amazing, strong tourism industry. That sustainable tourism, our increase in nature, the outdoors, like this is essential in really having sustainability part of tourism. Innovation, collaboration, we saw it with all these stories. It's so important. We've all had to pivot and become resilient. Most importantly though, your story, your product story has so much power and potential to inspire and shape the intent of travel. It's really amazing. So contact us or go to this website if you're interested in this campaign report. It's really inspiring. So sustainability is the future. It is the way forward for resilience and positive impact. Okay, so how do we do that? What does that mean actually? Well, it means marketing plays a crucial role in your actual content that you're going to be getting out to the industry. So traditionally, I'll look at destinations. Traditionally, it was mass tourism. It was focused on growth. Destinations wanted as many people to come to to experience their destination. It was all about volume. But as we all know now, through over-tourism and other challenges, there's been a lot of hidden costs through this sort of mass tourism approach. But today, especially after COVID, we really want to target the high-value, low-impact, almost give-back traveler. And one of those segments is the adventure travel market. they spend more, they stay longer, and they want real experiences. So some of the strategies, not just for a destination, but also brands, looking at dispersal of customers to different regions, looking at off-season travel, experiences, like I mentioned, the outdoors, nature, and sustainability. If you're going to do it right. You've got to be transparent with what you're doing. People are looking for it. The new traveler is definitely very educated. So why sustainability? Well, a couple of stats I'll throw out here. 87% of global travelers say they want to travel sustainably. That's an amazing number. 42%, looking at the US market where I'm based, 42% want to travel sustainably. But only 15% said they really understood what sustainable tourism means. So what does this say? There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for you as a brand to educate, to inspire people on sustainability. They want to do it, but they need your help. So when you look at travelers today, these sustainable travelers and just travelers in general, there's so much concern and awareness on the environment, on culture, on heritage, on connecting and experiencing nature and the outdoors, especially now after COVID. And then supporting and helping. People want their money to go local, to go to local communities. So some of the sectors within sustainable tourism, nature and the outdoors, adventure, food and agriculture, community-based tourism, health and wellness, and cultural and indigenous tourism. So many exciting sectors all have a sustainability component. So how will you market? You've got this content, you're telling stories, you're really excited about it. Well, you got to look at these 4 markets: paid, earned, shared, and owned. All different strategies. And I'll just show you briefly this chart, really looking at the pro and the con. Paid media, as we know, if you want to get content out there, you have to pay for it. And those are more advertising or branded content. It can be a little more expensive, but you can reach a broader audience. Earned media, number 2, is what we do. We specialize in it, getting stories picked up by the press, by the media. It's much more difficult, requires more work, but it's a really great way to get targeted exposure. Shared content is really just looking at the social channels that you have and leveraging them. And then ultimately your own channels. You know, that's also a very good approach. Is just focus on your own website, social channels, email marketing, etc. You have full control of it. It's less expensive, and it's a great place to start. But these are all 4 channels that you need to look at as you're moving forward. Also, one of the strategies that we do with our campaigns is there's such a great partner network that a lot of people don't realize when they have new content. Tapping into the media and influencers, advisors, operators. There's so many partners out there, a lot of people just aren't aware of it and don't tap into it. So leverage your global partner network. You'd be surprised how many people you directly connect with or indirectly, and that's a great strategy to be aware of. So I wanted to end with a great case study we just did in Thailand last year. And it really summarizes some of the key points and issues that we're talking about today. So I'll never forget this. We were in Thailand in February 2020, just before COVID started, or just before COVID really kicked in. We were there for almost 2 weeks. And really the focus of this campaign was on sustainable tourism themes. Local experiences was a key driver in it. And with the content we were making, we were focused on targeting high-value travelers. So it really brings in a lot of the topics I've been talking about today: content marketing, storytelling, sustainability, and targeted marketing or distribution. So here they had very specific campaign goals: authentic content, distribution, repositioning within sustainability, which they've never done before, a whole content package, and then we resulted in great media placements. So looking at the results, I think the most important part for us is this was the first time that Thailand had, is wanting to reposition as a sustainable destination. They'd never done it before, so it was really quite an honor for us to be that first agency to work with to really help them. The network reach, the impressions, the views, also the film that we did won the #1 destination marketing video of 2020. So many great accomplishments in looking at this campaign. So let me show you this trailer that encompasses all 3 of the stories that we ended up producing, which have great examples of resiliency, self-sufficiency through this difficult time. So enjoy this story on Thailand.
พอจิตใจดีมันก็ไม่เกิดความเครียดแล้วก็จิตใจดีหน้าตาก็ยิ้มแย้มอย่างเงี้ยค่ะก็เป็นมีผล
คนที่มาเที่ยวอยากได้ไปเจอไปเห็นเหมือนกับเรากับที่เราเห็นคืออยากจะให้สัมผัสธรรมชาติที่ยังดิบอยู่ไม่ได้มีการปรุงแต่งอะไรมากมายจะได้สัมผัสธรรมชาติจริงๆครับ
ผมมองว่าตัวผมเองก็โตมาจากคนเลี้ยงช้างมีการศึกษาที่ดีอะไรต่างๆที่ดีก็เกิดจากเขาเราก็อยากจะทำให้ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่มันเกิดขึ้นคือย้อนกลับไปหาที่ตัวของช้าง
ยกระดับคุณภาพการท่องเที่ยวของภาคอุตสาหกรรมการท่องเที่ยวขณะเดียวกันเนี่ยก็ยกระดับสวัสดิภาพของช้างในภาคอุตสาหกรรมการท่องเที่ยวไปด้วย
มันจะอิ่มก่อนนะกัน
ต้องอิ่มก่อนนะแล้วอาหารต้องบอกว่าจากฟาร์มทูเทเบิลประมาณนั้นเลยจะสดแล้วผักที่เราปลูกนี่คือเป็นออร์แกนิก
เวลามีแขกมาพักที่โฮมสเตย์สนุกและก็ทำให้บ้านคลึกคลื้นขึ้นเหมือนกับมีเพื่อนมีญาติมาเยี่ยม
ทุกวันที่มานี่สตอรี่ไม่เหมือนกันสักวันเพราะฉะนั้นทุกวันที่มานี่ก็สนุกทุกวัน
So let me end with just saying that if I had one key theme coming from COVID-19 and coming from last year as we all try to rebuild and recover and pivot in 2021, is that sustainability has just become really almost a norm or a fundamental aspect of part of doing business in the tourism industry. If there's one thing we've learned through COVID, it's a greater appreciation of community, of nature, the outdoors, of giving back. And so as you look forward, look at sustainability and sustainable tourism as not just a key for your COVID recovery, but also a key component of your content marketing strategy for now and moving forward. So I invite you just to look at our 5-step COVID recovery plan that we've put together. It looks at COVID recovery in step 1, looking at safety, probably the number one issue that all brands and destinations are struggling with, but more importantly, really trying to make sure that they do the best job possible and be as transparent as possible. Looking at sustainability, what is that strategy? Not just on the outside, but behind the scenes, going into really almost the DNA of your brand, of your team, of your organization, so clients and customers can really see it. Third, looking at really good content. It doesn't have to be award-winning, just engaging good content. Looking at videos, looking at photos, looking at your articles, the content, the copy that you produce. You know, it doesn't have to just be about video content. Looking at your partners, at stakeholder development. So important that you collaborate. And that's another key theme coming out of COVID-19 is collaborating and working together with both communities locally and regionally. And then lastly, getting that content out to the market. So important. If you have the strategy in the beginning, the distribution and marketing of it will be that much easier and really can be exciting to get your content out there. So I will say thank you again for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed this presentation. And I do encourage you, if you do have more questions or want more information on COVID recovery and how we can help, please don't hesitate to contact me. Again, enjoy ITB Berlin now. Really excited to be here. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this year's event.